Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Robert. Big game tonight. Big game tonight. The Fred now and Gunner players, their chances of winning are good. All right. It is that time. Yeah. Yeah, it's that time right here. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the NFC North Talk with your host, Russell Wayne. That is me. And here we are. Here we are on game day, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. We are streaming live. We are streaming live into the Detroit Lion News. We are streaming live into Bill the Packer fans page. We are streaming live into Mike the Bear fans page. I don't know if there's any Bear fans that are left on planet Earth. And we are streaming live into the Detroit Lions Villain Squad, as well as our YouTube page. Please go like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel as I introduce my co-host, the Emmy-nominated Main Event Mike.
Good morning, Russ.
Are you in that kind of mood? Are you? You're nervous. I feel
no nerves at all, sir. It's a calm. It's a
calm
confidence. It is that day that we've been waiting for since week 18 of last year. The first time the Packers and the Lions. By the way, let me check the calendar. 738 days since the Packers have beaten the Lions.
And boy, I know that Robert's right here in the comments right here. Good morning, bitches. FYT, go Pack, go. He is, if we're to win this game tonight, Mike, they are not going to hear the end of this thing. We're going to keep this countdown going. They want to shut us up, Mike. They really, really want to shut us up right here. And here is a nice little comment that I want to throw on here is Steve is real. Says that Decker is not playing tonight. And I know that you just read that report from this morning. And I will be glad to tell you that the report from this morning about Decker and Monty not playing was wrong. And they are going to be playing. Decker and Montgomery will be suiting up tonight. That has been reported, and that was the last report. The first report about him not playing was wrong, Mike. How you feeling about that?
Yeah, I saw that NFL Network was incorrect with their post, and I think that's great news. Though, injured but playing, I'm not sure what kind of an impact that's going to have. I feel good about David Montgomery, but I like something inside of me says Decker needs to wait another week.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the nature of the injury. You think about an ankle or you think about a thigh bruise. David Montgomery, a thigh bruise, that's something I think he can play and still be effective. I just worry about an ankle and then doing more damage and losing more time down the road.
I mean, that may be a calculated risk into that, but I think that their trainers actually go into that and they're going to look at that. And I think if it was up to Decker, he would have played anyway. But, they had medical staff look at those guys and clear them to go for tonight. So, I mean, I wouldn't think that that's any more a risk than anybody else in the NFL suiting up or not playing. I mean, if Jair Alexander plays tonight, then can you say the same thing about him? Is he going to be nearly as effective as he is since he's coming back from an injury and he doesn't want to re-injure that? I mean,
nobody can say the same thing about Christian Watson. That's a hamstring injury, soft tissue injury. That's something on the first play he could re-aggravate that.
But does that not just show you the nature of what we're going into right here? This is a very big game. And I think I may have undersold how big the game was yesterday for the Packers because they've dominated this division. They have dominated this division for more than a decade when it comes just with Aaron Rodgers. And then even before that with Brett Favre. And it's like they've had the stranglehold on this division for a long time. And the people from the outside are looking at this game and saying, okay, I think that most people believe that Detroit is more ready for this right now, but we don't know. Like it looks like that, but they still got to go out and do it, right? They've won in Lambeau where it meant something for them, but this is for the division. When was the last time the Lions were sole top of the NFC North, even just in standing as part of the season? I mean, you might have to go back 8-10 years to how big this game is.
Yeah, we're actually favored in Lambeau. When was the last time that happened?
I don't know if that's ever happened. I mean, not since Barry was around. I mean, right. So this is such a big game for both franchises because let me tell you something. Green Bay Packer fans that have been walking the lion with all of your smack talking, let me tell you something. You're in danger. You're in danger right here. You've lost 3 in a row. If this goes to 4 in a row, you're losing more of your leg to stand on here, to where you really have to start reaching back into the past to try to prove your dominance and your seniority over the Lions. You are inferior to us. You need to be able to keep proving that, right? You need to win this game tonight, right? That's why your best players are playing tonight, maybe even injured. That's why our best players are playing tonight, maybe even injured, because you get 10 days to rest before your next game, and this is important. This is important. And a 75% Decker is better than a 110% Dan Skipper.
Can't argue with that.
But I like the Gypsy King. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Rob says, love the smooth opening and closing music, Russ, and so smooth like Brian Branch. You like that? I do like that.
Smooth as Brian Branch.
And neither is Montgomery. Yeah, Steve, you need to reread the reports. Steve out here just throwing up the comments and not even looking at it, because they re-reported that like an hour ago. So
Steve is wrong. Yeah.
Steve is wrong. Yeah. What they said what they said he was. Yeah, they did. They wrongly reported it this morning. Is that pretty uncommon for the NFL Network to do that? They don't get stuff wrong very much, do they?
No, I think they're probably going based on the reports out of practice about the limited practice. And like we were saying yesterday, on a short week, it's hard to gauge where they are in their recovery or whether or not they'll play, because there's only, they don't, usually it's based on how much they practice Friday when they make a determination whether or not that player is going to play. But they're both going to suit up. They're both going to suit up. And actually, we don't know that they're going to play. We just know they're going to suit up.
Yeah. Both be the game time decision. But the thing, they're going to play, guys. Come on. They're going to play. They're going to play these game time. This is big. This is big. It would surprise me that any of the guys that were close on either side, Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, David Bach, any of these guys that they think would be close to playing are going to play. They have to. This is a division game. This is, this is a bigger game than I think people think. Of course, you can be 2-2. You can be 2-2 and make the playoffs. That's not uncommon to go to. It's not the worst thing in the world. I understand the loser's not going to be done for the season or something, or be out of the playoff race. But when it comes to how you feel about your team, right? I don't know if Green Bay Packer fan is out there thinking they could have made a playoff run this year or anything like that. I think that you're on the good graces of a house money year, kind of like the Lions were last year. Like, okay, if we're good, that's cool. But the Lions are in here with a little bit of the expectation, and if they lose this game, it'll be embarrassing for one thing, just from the fact that, we've talked all this shit and we'll have to come on here and face it. But two, it's like you were considering yourself an NFC contender, Lions. If you lose this game, I'm not going to take the Lions serious as a Super Bowl contender. I actually think they're a Super Bowl contender and they should win this game. And if they win this game, then I can keep thinking that. But if they don't win this game, I think they're a borderline playoff team. They could win a playoff game or whatever, but they're just not there yet. One more year. Like we're almost have the whole thing built. It feels like it's built, but we've got hit with some injuries. But it just feels like they need to win this game. You can't come on tomorrow and be like, yeah, okay, we're 2-2. We feel good. No, we don't. You can't lose this game and feel good in any way.
Especially when you look ahead to the schedule. The Lions have the Panthers and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2 absolutely winnable games. They win today and they go 5-1 to start the season. That's nice.
Yep. Rob Newsom says, I just read that they are both playing. Confirmed. Yes. Yeah. I do have to actually look at the, pull up Google before I go on to make sure that anything that I had planned on saying was still true. I do that. Try to make sure. And that was good news from this morning when I heard that they reported that wrong. Probably more the Bears fans and Bronco fans at this time. I don't know. Let's see. The Packer fans are just praying they won't because they know that it's their best chance. Man, I really just want to see all the guys play. I just want to see them all play. I don't want any excuses. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, well, if we would only had it. None of that. It is next man up. We're not going to allow anybody to have any excuses. This is the NFL. Yeah. People play with offensive line for sure. It's like you're starting offensive line. Very few people go through a whole season and not injure an offensive lineman. Would you agree with that, Mike?
No team goes through a whole season without an injured offensive lineman.
Right. I mean, has it ever happened?
No. And kudos to the Packer fans after week 18 last year. They didn't come with any excuses. Both teams were at full strength pretty much. And I mean, they took the loss like pros. So, yeah.
Freddie Curry says, go Lions.
Go Lions, Freddie.
Yeah, we got some Lions fans in here. Hey, and this is one of my old high school buddies right here. I wouldn't say high school buddies. Right after high school, I got into a lot of trouble with this man, Todd Hopkins. Got to give you a shout out there. Todd Hopkins. We got into a lot of trouble.
Shout out to Todd.
We got into a lot of trouble together. A lot of trouble together. Good time.
There's a good report from Mike Fisher. Mosley won't suit up. I was hoping there was an outside chance we'd see Emmanuel Mosley on the field today.
It was weird because the report this morning that was wrong said that Mosley would suit up and Decker and Monty wouldn't. And now the real report is Mosley won't suit up and Decker and Monty actually will.
If you listen to Dan Campbell's press conference yesterday, he made it pretty clear as like, this is what I took from it. Mosley's healthy enough to go today, but being on a short week, there's no time to get any practice in. And they don't want to send him out there. So I think for sure we're going to see him next week. Yeah, Beth.
The Lions will be going 3-1 tonight. This is one of those games where that PTSOL seems to set into a lot of Lions fans in these moments because there's nothing on these Green Bay Packers that is scary like you're used to going into a Lambeau moment because we're so used to seeing Favre, we're so used to seeing Rodgers, and I'm not saying that Aaron Jordan Love it can't be good, but what I'm saying is that sticky, that overcloud, that overcast of, oh my God, we got to go into Lambeau and face the magician Aaron Rodgers. That's not there. That's not there. You're not the same team, even if you are good. Even if you are good, you got a good defense, but you're missing Campbell. I mean, there's a wounded Packers team right here, especially on the offensive line. And the Lions are very healthy on the defensive line. We've even lost a couple guys, but we're very deep on the defensive line, and they should feast tonight. They should feast tonight. They need to smell the blood in the water. I mean, they're not the Packers of the Packers full strength. And you got to take advantage of that. You see, he's got an injured foot. I'm not saying step out on purpose, but I'm saying you got injured right guard and your left tackle or left guard and left tackle. That's huge. These guys were Pro Bowls. Guys, the defensive line needs to take advantage of that. and they need to take advantage of it often, and they need to take advantage of it early. Let them make excuses. Oh, we didn't have our offensive line. Yeah, exactly. You need it. You're going to need it. If you're not healthy, you won't beat us. That's the message that we got to send. As long as Decker is back by Tampa, this game is more important than Carolina. Oh, for sure. For sure. You got to win your division games. You got to win your division games. I agree with you that on Decker right there. Look at John Kapler's in the house. OSS leading and winning the division. Been a long time coming for Detroit Lions. Let's not count them. Let's not count them yet. I'm still suffering from PTSOL. I still feel like Lucy was wearing a green shirt. And she keeps pulling the ball out from underneath of us until I see it. I'm going to be like twitching and shit. I want to see it happen. And we're close. The Lions are winning the division. And it's been a long time coming. John Kapler's counting it. Count it. I like Sorsdal, but he's not ready for the Packers at tackle. Yeah, that's because he's a guard. That would really suck for him to play tackle.
Besides that, Rob, how do you know that? How do you really know that anyway? Are you at practice? You know, I don't know. Brian Baldinger's the leading voice for offensive linemen expert. He's an expert on offensive linemen. He says this kid's a real deal, and that by the end of the year, he's going to have a significant impact on this team.
Jake Dilling, Jake the Take in the house. Right there.
Take the take in the house.
Let's go Lions. You like that? Damn right I like that. Oh, Steve is real. It's okay, Steve. You were feeling good about our guys not being in there. But yeah, that's probably good advice for you to give to yourself.
No, I disagree, Steve. You should absolutely put out stupid stuff for sure. You're a Packer fan.
Well, it absolutely it fits the narrative of our show. We don't have any good information.
You don't have to have a good take on this show. Look at us.
Oh gosh, the funny thing is the Packers bringing up the past is none of the players and coaches were a part of it. Okay, yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. That's where they're at. That's what you're in danger of, Packer fans. I mean, what are you gonna say after losing 4 in a row? Honestly. What could you say? Yeah, we used to be good 3 years ago. Like, I mean, or you get to come on here and boast it. It's such a big game for the Lions, guys. You can't lose this game because right now you're sitting, the Packers are sitting there $40 million behind they're eating all this dead cat because of the Rodgers trade. You should be better than them. You had more money to put a better team together. They're behind the 8 ball. If they're winning while they're behind the 8 ball, what's going to happen when they get to the 8 ball? They're going to kick our ass again for 10 years.
Yeah, and to Calvin's point, I mean, I know what he's saying. None of these coaches or players were around the last time they won a Super Bowl or something, but this team's only 2 years removed from an NFC Championship game. So let's keep that in perspective.
Right, and
let's not take them lightly. They're still the Packers.
And I'm saying that they need to take advantage of the fact that this isn't the full Packers. I mean, if they don't have their offensive linemen, they need to take advantage of that because you don't get these guys wounded very much. Take advantage of it. I mean, we're wounded too, but I think that we have more depth to handle our woundedness, especially with Decker coming back. You only got to fill that one guard spot, and then everything else is good. That's where they were at last year.
Mm-hmm. Nothing's as dangerous as a wounded animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't take them lightly.
Don't take them lightly. I haven't seen if Jones or Watson are playing. Yeah, those are what the game time decisions. Those are the ones that are saying.
Let's ask Steve Israel. Yeah, if Watson and Jones are playing, and whatever he says, it's the opposite.
Okay. Jacob Dilling this time. He's using both of his accounts on here. Let's go Lions. Jacob Dilling. I see you. Bach is out for sure. Yes, for sure. Their 2 linemen are out So Jacob, yeah, huge game tonight. Winner tonight takes control of the North. Thank you, Jacob Dilling.
Weird,
Mike,
because I know a dude named Jake Dilling.
yeah, Jake the Take puts good takes out there. Yeah, Mike Fisher. It's not the same old Packers. Okay,
That one's confusing. You mean like the same old Packers that win all the time? Right. Let's hope it's not.
yeah. I know we're not the same old Lions, but we have to win the division according to John Dorn, and then he'll stop saying.
I love Chad's comment here. He thinks it's going down to the final 2 minutes. I know you disagree with this, Russ. You're looking for a big Lions win.
I'm looking for them to take advantage of where they can take advantage, and where they can take advantage makes it hard for Green Bay to score. Like if their defensive line dominates this game, they're not going to be scoring very many points. So, I mean, I still think we can score points against them. They still haven't proven they can stop the run even into this season with that good defense. Teams are able to run on them.
They gave up over 440 yards to the Falcons, over 200 on the ground. So, right. I mean, honestly, Russ, you've got me convinced all this week talking. I think the train is coming through and the Packers are on the tracks. And I think the Lions win by 10 plus tonight.
GT's link did not work.
And when you look at when you look at Jordan Love, he was not good for 3 quarters last week. Okay, his numbers are not good. 14 to 22 or whatever it is. I mean, we're looking at a 50% completion percentage of last week. And over the last 3 weeks, a combined 58% completion percentage. That's not going to cut it against the Detroit Lions in 2023.
And then we got GT's in there, says that link doesn't work. I hope the one that I threw in there just now works. So I definitely want to be able to talk to you on game day because they got their show going on tonight right before the game.
Ooh,
when they hit 11 o'clock.
Do you know what time that is? I want to tune into that.
That's at 7. That's at 7 p.m. And they go on Roku. So they up on the network and stuff right there.
Do you have to have a Roku TV to watch that?
I don't think you have to have a Roku TV, but it is on Roku. I think you can get Roku on other stuff. But GT's right here, right now. So welcome to the program. Grove, Teague, Sir Slap Nasty up in the house. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing excellent, brothers. How y'all doing?
So good.
It's game day.
I've been listening to y'all, dude, and been hearing the comments of the fans, which is real cool. Some of your conversation, Russ, reminded me of a time when I was on tour down in Texas and I rode a horse for the first time. And my thighs, being as strong as they were, was squeezing a little too tight. And he took off. And I forgot to say whoa. So now I remember to say whoa. And I just wanted you to whoa a little bit, Russ. Just whoa. Because we don't want to be in the mindset of how wounded. We don't want to be in the mindset of, oh, this ain't Favre, this ain't Rodgers. Man, one of the most dangerous things is not having no tape on a doggone quarterback. And there is not a lot of tape on Love, even though we know he's been studying for 3 years, and I had it on the main event feed last night, and I put that 4.7 speed, and I went to go look at a movie, and then I came back. They was going off. Cass was going off, It's like, hey, but I am extremely confident, though. Extremely confident.
GT, we were talking about your show coming out tonight. That's And We Know Sports. Yeah. And Russ said it's on Roku. Do you have to have Roku to be able to watch it? Is that right?
No. You can actually watch it on your phone, on your computer, your laptop at www.higd. That's HIGHD.TV. It'll be on 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Also, is there any video of you on the horse?
There is not. Yeah, it's not. It would have been funny though, boy, because I was like, hey, yo. It was like, say whoa, GT. Say whoa.
The frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Actually, we won't have the frozen tundra tonight.
Is that what they were yelling? Say whoa, GT.
Yeah. I was like, hey, dude, stop. Hey.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself on this game. I do feel you on that, but when you're looking at your team being really good, and this is just that you got a Packers team, and I don't want to call them wounded, but when they traded Rodgers, they became $40 some odd million behind the cap. They decided to take all of the cap hit in 1 year. Pow, rip the Band-Aid right off, and we are able to put a team together with $40 extra million, and Brad Holmes is a whiz. So it's like, I know our team's better. I know our team's better down from 1 to 53, and you can debate me all you want out there, Facebook land, with the Packers, but our team's better than yours from 1 to 53. You have really good players, and I'm not saying we're going to whip your ass, but you're down a couple offensive linemen, and our defensive linemen have an attitude like they want to eat. They want to eat, and they've went up against some very, very good tackles and guards in the first 3 weeks. And your tackles and guards are nothing in comparison to what they've already faced in the first 3 weeks. So I think they're going to eat tonight, folks. I think the defensive line is going to eat. I could be wrong because I have to come here tomorrow morning. And I have to face the music, and I might be eating up a double crow burger with cheese. But
you are gonna face the music. You are going to face the music, Russ, and it's gonna be like, we are the champ. Hey.
Oh gosh, man, and that. We Are the Champion is brought to you by the YouTube channel at Main Event 365. And here we go. Right there. Let's see what we got going on in here. Let's see if there's anybody with some good comments. We got Zachary that says 31-17 Lions. Let's go. I like that call. That's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback. I don't know which one's your quarterback, but
it's my quarterback.
There you go. Chad, this is the third quarterback you'll face Green Bay in 30 years.
It's my quarterback.
There was that one time Matt Flynn beat us.
Oh yeah. So that's four quarterbacks. We actually, the one game that Green Bay wouldn't want to count from 2 years ago when we beat him in week 18, they're going to have a hard time deciding which side that they want to take and be like, oh no, yeah, we had to rest our starters. We just had our backups. Yeah, your backup was Jordan Love, and we beat him. That was the first win in Lambeau, was against Jordan Love in the second half. So yeah, we have a little more experience against Jordan Love than maybe the other teams do. Steve is real. Yeah, says Beth. Is that what I say? Both. I hear you calling, and I can't come home right now.
No, that's not it. Beth, I hear you calling, and I can't come home right now. 'Cause me and the boys are playing, and we're gonna beat the Packers down. But they are who we thought they were.
Oh, just a few more hours. This is like...
Nice, Chad. Nice come in there. Oh, I love it.
John Kapler, my bold prediction is that the score will be the team's record after this game. 30. Okay, you got to read these, Mike. I cannot read it when they put words together.
He thinks the score will be 31-22, and that will be the team's records: 3-1 and 2-2.
Isn't that cute?
That's cute. That's cute.
We got Sherlock Teague here.
That's right. Your doggone text is so small on this phone, man.
You heard of Blue's Clues? This is just G's Clues.
Oh my gosh. So the injury report came out, and just if you were just joining us right now, the Packers will be without David Bakhtiari and Jenkins, their left guard, and the Lions are going to be without Haloti Pooty Vaitai, but they are going to have Decker and Monty back, and it looks like Green Bay is going to have, but they say Christian Watson and Jair Alexander and Aaron Jones going to be game time decisions. But I think that we're going to see all these guys. What do you think, GT? You think that we're going to see all these guys that are close to being ready?
If they don't have no pickle juice, it's going to be problems. You know, I don't know if y'all have heard the new cramp remedy is pickle juice. You know, and them hamstrings ain't no joke, yo. Soon as you start running for your life, you know, so they can play or not. You know, hey.
I have not heard that pickle juice is the new remedy for cramping. Is that true?
I've heard it so often, Mike. It's starting to become true.
This
PSA
PSA brought to you by Vlasic.
I don't know if this deal is sweet, but hey, they've been saying pickle juice.
What do you think about Owen?
Who?
Owen.
Yeah,
0-4 when we beat the Packers tonight.
You like that? I like that.
Oh, God.
But, you know, in years past, I have to admit, I have been scared to face Aaron Jones. But, hey, this is a different run defense that we have.
That's a great
point. You know, and this is the first time I'm going in that I don't care if he plays or not.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Read this one out, Mike.
Lance says, I find it crazy. 30% of Jordan Love passes are graded uncatchable, which is worse than the NFL. He's being covered up by a decent defense. Love is trash. And I think there's a little bit of validity to you. We were talking about that just a few minutes ago, Russ. His completion percentage is not good over the last 3 games. In fact, in the last game, it was a paltry 50%. Right. They had to come from behind and win the game. And this Detroit Lions team, they're facing an elite offense in Detroit. They're going to need to put some points up. And if this defense in Detroit plays the way they did last week, it's going to be a truck stick.
Right. I think so too. That's a great take. What do you think, G?
I think New Orleans got Beetlejuice last week. You know, they said Beetlejuice 3 times and Winston showed up. You know, I think that's what actually happened. You know, I mean, kudos to Love, you know, for doing his job and bringing his team back. But, you know.
Yeah, he goes out. Carr goes out with a 17-0 lead in the third quarter, and they come back and beat them. And the Packers fans counter that with saying that Jameis Winston's numbers were very similar to Derek Carr's. But when you've got a 17-point lead, that shows that the quarterback is effective. Even though they had a special teams touchdown, right. Still, he was carving them up.
Yep. It was still that same defense.
Jair Alexander, in my opinion, one of the best corners in the whole league. He's been injured all week. We're not 100% sure he's going to play tonight. If Jair Alexander doesn't play tonight, I think this score, we could be looking at definitely a 10-plus point victory for the Detroit Lions tonight. And if not, you never know. Any given Sunday, it could go the other way, but I would be shocked if Detroit loses this game.
Yeah,
these kind of type of comments right here, D Tatanka, Whitco, these crack me up. It's amazing how much hate there is for Love. There was no hate here. He literally just read a stat. That's literally what he's done. Like, if reading the stats of your quarterback offends you, maybe he should complete more passes.
Yeah, and here, D, I'll make it. I'll add a little sugar to the spice. Yeah, the kid doesn't look horrible. Okay, he looks like he's in command. He looks like he's not rattled one bit. When a play doesn't go his way, he claps his hands together and he gets right back at it. And he's young. This is essentially his first year under center. So yeah, Packers have a lot to be optimistic about this guy. He is not trash. That last commenter who said that Love is trash, I do not think Jordan Love is trash.
And as the musicians that we are, I could just sing it just like this. I want to know what love is.
But they are who we thought they were.
I want to see. I want to see. You know, I don't want to take him lightly. I know the brother ran a 4.74 40. You know, that could be dangerous with a little room if we're looking at their receivers, who are pretty dangerous, you know. But up until this point, Love has not been accurate, but I don't look at none of that. Anybody could doggone click on the switch at any time.
Man, what a great call out by Beth here. Green Bay couldn't beat the Lions the last time with a Hall of Fame quarterback named Aaron Rodgers, so I can't see them beating them now. And what a great call out that is, Beth. It was only week 18, right? It was only 4 games ago that teams have played. These are essentially the same 2 teams. I mean, we've made a lot of upgrades. Green Bay's made a few upgrades, but essentially when you look on the offensive line, the defensive line, we dominated them in week 18. The score didn't even reflect how much we were controlling the line of scrimmage in that game. So what has changed now to give Packer fans so much optimism to think that they can win again tonight? It's a great call out.
It's the PTSOL that sets in. This is where post-traumatic same old Lions creeps in because it's Green Bay and Lambeau. There's just something about that field. It just gives them like an extra ambiance and an energy. But maybe it was just because Rodgers and Favre were there and Love ain't got it. But we're still scared, guys. Don't think that Green Bay fans, don't let any Lions fans listen or lie to you and tell you that they're not at least concerned a little bit about tonight. Like, I think that we're going to win, and I think we're going to win by more than 1 score. But I'm not so confident that I'd like go bet my house on it or something like that. You're still the Green Bay Packers. You still have a really good defense. That's what's kept you in these games. And Love is kind of like a, 50% completion. Ones that he completes, they're sweet passes.
There's one important point as far as that game that we did beat Green Bay last year. You know, Green Bay was fighting for something. And to your PTSOL, I believe Aaron Rodgers had PTDL, post-traumatic defensive line. Yeah, I mean, we had been coming after him all year, and he wasn't that confident in his receivers consistently catching the ball at that time. So there could be a little bit of an upgrade from that quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, that we make versus this quarterback in Love, because Love, we have not put the fear of God in him yet. Okay, so he can be as confident as he wants, but we got to hit him in the mouth, and I'm putting Branch on that.
So here's something interesting, Russ and G. I'll tell you, yesterday, the Detroit Lions were a 1-point favorite for the game tonight. This morning, DraftKings has the line at 2. So the line has moved 1 whole point. So either $10 million has been placed on the Lions to move that point, or the odds makers know that Montgomery and Taylor Decker playing is a big enough impact that it's going to move the line for 1 point.
Sure
I'm really wishing I'd have put my bet in when the line was 1. It's now 2. The over-under is 45.5. I want to ask GT, do you think 45.5 is a good over-under, and where do you fall on that?
I would say, you said 45.5. Woo! I would say under.
Yes.
I actually put in an alternative bet, and I have the Lions by 9.5. Okay, and I think after looking at what we did to Atlanta, I'm gonna give some respect to Green Bay, and I feel like they can put up 12, 13 points. You know, and I believe the Lions are gonna put up somewhere between 25 and 30.
Okay.
Right.
I know, Russ, you think it's going under.
I think it's going under. I had a hard time thinking that either one of these teams would score over 20. I think I have us barely over 20. I have us winning this game 24-13 is where I have the game right there. What about you, Mike? Where do you got it at?
I also think that the game goes under, and the reason why is because Green Bay has a great defense, okay? And I don't think their offense can put up enough points. They haven't so far this year. And if the Detroit Lions carry any momentum the way their defense played last week into this week, it's going to be electric for them. It's going to be very hard for Jordan Love to put any points up on the board. So for that, I think it goes under. What do you think out there? If you think it's going to go over or under 45.5, put it in the comments. Let us know. And while you're at it, hit the like button.
Yeah, that would be nice. Hitting that like button. It's a beautiful thing when you're out there. We have 35 people watching on our YouTube right now. Let me see. And 10 people have liked the video. So if you're watching from YouTube, just go over and just hit that like button, man. It's absolutely free. That doesn't cost you a thing, man.
So there are
And we
25 people, 25 people who are watching the video but have not pushed like.
They haven't pushed like.
That's inexcusable, folks.
Oh, you know what? They're not even thinking about it. I hope that we're so engaging that they're not even thinking about it. But, we'll make them think about it for a second right here.
We appreciate you even if you don't.
Woo! In first place, that's right, the Green Bay Packers. Yes, for about 5-6 more hours. However long that's going to take. You're not going to be in first place after tonight.
Yeah.
Because
and by the way, that's who's in first place?
That's right. That's right. They've been going, and this is why it's such a big game for the Detroit Lions. I mean, when was the last time that they've even been able to say, at any point in time during the season, we are in sole possession of first place? Like, they've been clowning us right here. Oh, we got the same record as you.
It was week 1 after the Chiefs game. Week 1 after the Chiefs game, we were in sole possession of first place because we played on Thursday.
Yeah, for 3 days.
Yeah, right. Well,
this is a huge game right here in that way, because you and I battle back and forth, and I know GT, I know that you're a Michigan fan as well, and I'm an Ohio State fan. So, this reminds me of the rivalry right here. Lions, Packers. The Buckeyes were beating the shit out of the blue for year after year after year after year, and then the blue got one, right? Yeah, whatever. You got one. Everyone's got to get one, and then you got two. And then you're like, oh, shit. Now we're in danger here of an entire class not knowing what it's like to beat Michigan. And that's where the Michigan Wolverines and the Buckeyes rivalry is. Like, if the Buckeyes don't win, they're not going to have anybody that has any idea what that feels like. And the same thing with the Packers here. And I know it's not university, but when you're going 4 in a row, that's taking a rivalry over. Like, you got 3 on us. We're going back and forth. No, 4 in a row is taking the rivalry over, and you shut your mouth after that, right? That's what we have a chance to do here tonight. Hey, Green Bay, shut your mouth. Mm-hmm. That's what we get, because we've been shutting our mouths for 30 years. Mm-hmm. We had to shut our mouth. What are we going to say?
Christian Watson doesn't know what it's like to beat the Lions.
He doesn't know.
No. And CJ Stroud doesn't know what it's like to beat the Wolverines. Just want to throw that in.
Yep, throw that in there.
It's my quarterback.
Yep. That's my quarterback right there. But guess what? I'm undefeated on my lock picks because of CJ Stroud, and I freaking knew it. Yes, I knew it.
3-0 you are.
All right. So let's get in here to Rob. That was beautiful. Thank you, guys. Rob Newsom. As long as Gary can be kept off of Goff, he's going to be facing Panay. Good luck with that, Packers fans.
It's a great matchup, Panay Sewell and Rashawn Gary. What a great matchup that is.
GT, you got an interesting set right there. I like that. It's like, it almost looked like you were like an oil painting over there, because you were like blending right in. Like, yes. Jake Dilling, Jake the Take comes in and says, we don't talk about that Flynn beatdown that he gave us. LOL.
Right.
Yeah. The Lions made Flynn a whole shitload of money because they gave him a whole bunch of money in Seattle, and then Russell Wilson beat him out for the job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what a trip down.
My quarterback.
Trip down memory lane right there.
Yeah, that brother put up a lot of points and yards on us before he got signed with Seattle. He had a bright future before Russell Wilson came out.
Oh my gosh, there we go, John. You're second place. We beat the team you lost to. Well, Mike, unfortunately, It doesn't work like that. They got a division win, so technically, right now they're in first place.
Right.
even
And
though
all that really means is when you put the standings, you have to print their name on the top because the records are identical. But Mike, yeah, he's got us on that one by virtue of a division win. But hey, it was the Bears.
Hey, the fact that they're pointing it out on a regular basis tells me that they know they can't beat us.
Yeah.
The Packers are only in first because they faxed.
It does say faxed.
They faxed the Bears, and let's see how they do against the Chiefs. They faxed them right up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna fax you up. I'm gonna fax you up. No? All right. Lions are always behind the Packers. Lions always sloppy seconds. Yeah.
I'll take your word that you're the expert on sloppy seconds on that one, John.
Oh, Mike.
Steve is real.
Yeah.
Mike, you rock, dude. Steve, I like you more and more now.
Okay, here we go. This one you can react to. Grove, right here. Alexander and Watson on load management. Neither are 100%.
Okay.
What do you think that has? Like if they don't have a 100% Jair Alexander, I mean, what kind of effect is that going to have on this game?
And Goff is very accurate, and we have quite a few weapons. I mean, it's going to be tough for every single team that faces us if they don't have 3 or 4 shutdown defensive backs. Somebody's going to get loose, so if you don't have your best, if you can't put your best foot forward in your defensive backfield, it's going to be a problem for you unless you put some pressure on Goff, so St. Brown is consistent. Khalif is consistent. QC is consistent. That's Quiet Klutz. That's Josh Reynolds. Jameer is getting more and more warmed up to the NFL level. We're seeing that game by game. We're seeing little spurts.
Don't forget about Sam Laporta.
Laporta is killing them. I mean, I feel bad that the Green Bay Packers fans can't have a 100% healthy team, but it's NFL. It's niffle ball, baby.
If you have to point to one weakness on the Green Bay Packers team, I think it is the back seven, right? They needed a safety in the draft. We snuck up and took Brian Branch before him, which is beautiful, by the way. But I think Darnell Savage is overrated. Jair Alexander is not overrated. And already, even if Jair Alexander was at 100%, we have, like you just mentioned, G, we have so many weapons that you can't stop them all. And now if you take Jair out, or if Jair's not at 100%, that just increases the chances that Goff is going to carve him up because, like you said, of his accuracy. I love it.
And you mentioned it too. We have actually physically seen that Brian Branch still has that big old huge chip on his shoulder from the teams that passed him up. And Green Bay is the one that everybody talks about passing up on Branch. So
yeah, because they were the most safety needy team in the league. They needed a safety.
Even promised him,
I
know they're happy with Jaden Reed. I mean, that cat is awesome as a slot receiver.
You think Holmes did him dirty?
I think so.
You think Holmes did him dirty? Oh yeah, dude, we ain't taking Branch.
We got Kirby.
Yeah, we don't need a safety.
Well, we just got Chauncey, man. We loaded a safety, dude. You good?
What?
And now Brian Branch,
like Brian Branch.
and now Brian Branch hasn't taken a snap at safety. He's played nickel corner his entire career so far. So, just a savvy move on draft day.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I mean, whether you want to say that they gave him to us or not, it's really nice. It's like we've been on this. I mean, year after year missing in the second round. I mean, wouldn't that be just something that we turn around and then all of a sudden we have, 2 second round picks that are like all pros, like Sam Laporta and Brian Branch? Those two guys are top 5 at their position right now. And that's amazing to me right off the get-go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not top 5 rookies at their position, top 5 at their position, period. Gotta like that.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of tight end, I mean, Green Bay has a talented young tight end as well, Luke Musgrave. He hasn't lit it up the way Laporta has, but it is worth noting when you consider that the Lions are the worst team at stopping the tight end. Look for them to be looking to scheme Luke Musgrave open tonight. Tucker Kraft as well. I mean, obviously, when you watch the tape on the Detroit Lions, something has to be sticking out about how come the tight ends beat us so regularly in every game for the last 2 years. Something about Aaron Glenn's defense makes us susceptible to the tight end. And I don't know what that is.
Hey, but I saw it when Ritter overthrew Pitts in the first quarter. Did you notice how Brian Branch was shadowing him every single play after that?
Yeah.
I think Branch might be the answer of being able to at least contain tight ends a little bit more.
And Jack Campbell with his coverage skills from the linebacker position. And this is something that Russ and I talked about on draft day or after the draft is, wow, maybe they're trying to mitigate this problem they have where the backup tight ends kill us. But Russ made a good point the other day. The only reason the tight ends are killing us like that is because everyone else is covered.
Yeah, and if you notice, you look at that game last week and the stats, right? Like none of the wide receivers really got anything, just no more than a couple catches. And then tight ends, there were 2 tight ends. One had 5 catches, one had 4 catches. 3 of those catches were on the first drive, and half of that yardage that was on the first drive. Like you had said, they immediately moved Brian Branch over to start covering him, and then it was over. Then it was like that was the only production that they got, and they were getting 5-6 yards per play. They were immediately getting tackled. The tackling is way better this year than it was last year.
Most young quarterbacks, I'll say, that's their best friend too. The tight end.
That's right.
That gets them out of problems. That gets them to release the ball quick. So. We took that from Ritter, and
that's a great call out.
Game, so we can expect that from Love as well.
That's a great call out. The tight end is a young quarterback's best friend for sure. I know this is meaningless, but I'll be interested to see if the Lions come out in the all white again, the white pants. I mean, after what we did in Week 18 and what we did on the road so far this year, I'm really looking forward to. I hated the all white at the beginning, but now I'm loving it. Seems like we win every time we're in the all white.
It's shine bright like a diamond. Hey, shoot, that white looks sweet to me. It's like a bright snow white. It's close to that white out at Penn State type of thing. Ooh,
we got a comment here from John, who basically is saying he doesn't know football. Lions linebackers are horrible. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous statement, my friend. The linebackers have been playing out of this world in the first 3 games.
Yep.
Is he comparing us to the doggone Giants linebackers when they had LT in them or something?
Well,
I mean, I have no idea. I think John's talking out his ass because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because here's the thing. Derek Barnes is better than Quay Walker right now. And hey, it is what it is, man. I'm sorry. The Lions have a better linebacking core than the Green Bay Packers do right now.
Especially with Campbell hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You have no Devondre Campbell. Who do you have past that that's better than even?
I think we lost Russ, but definitely Derek Barnes, the 3rd-year linebacker from Purdue, has really come on this year. He's our highest graded PFF by PFF on the defense. He's been playing lights out, and every single time we need a big play, it seems like it's Derek Barnes or it's Alex Anzalone. These guys, I used to bash Alex Anzalone, but he's made a believer out of me. His sideline to sideline speed is phenomenal. We see him at the line of scrimmage, getting everybody in place, wearing the green dot on his helmet. And I think this comment by John is absurd. The Lions playing good. What's your take on these linebackers, G?
Anzalone, just like you said, he's like the Lions Thor. You know, I mean, he's all over the place with that long blonde hair. When Barnes hits cats, it's almost like somebody took a dog on speed limit and just bopped him on the head. You know, that 55 just bow, you know, and he is killing it. I would like to see Jack get some more time. You know, maybe he's getting used to things, you know, but I loved his right before halftime walk-off sack.
Yeah, that was great.
You know, he is a mild-mannered monster.
Great.
Really
That's a great characterization. And I did love that too. Sachs takes off running straight to the tunnel. That was awesome.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I'm glad you mentioned Jack Campbell because, like you said, they are increasing his snap count every game. He gets more and more snaps. They're moving him around in the defense, trying to find where his skill set works best. Yes. And you take a guy like Malcolm Rodriguez, an outstanding linebacker, who is now fourth in the rotation. So I think this comment by John that our linebackers are horrible. Maybe they're not the best linebacking core in the league, but they are certainly not horrible. And at this point in the season, right now, they're better than the Green Bay Packers linebackers. In fact, the Chicago Bears highly touted linebackers, Jack Sanborn, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, they are actually rated in the bottom 5 of all linebacking core in the entire league. So it is arguable. And the Vikings, we won't even talk about the Vikings. They let all their good defensive players go. It's inarguable, in my opinion. Right now, the Detroit Lions have the best linebacking core in the division. Sarah, she's a Vikings fan. She says, "Go Lions." I've checked out of the season.
Welcome, right.
See y'all next season with our new rookie. That'll be Caleb Williams, maybe. Hope y'all win the division. Just kick some Packer ass for the love of God. Sarah, what a great comment. Can we get a Kirk Cousins for Sarah on that one? All right. And Sarah, welcome to the bandwagon. There are plenty of seats left here on the Detroit Lions bandwagon. It's been abandoned for 57 years.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
Plenty of seats left. I just love that's the comment of the day for me right there.
We're gonna buy the kneecap off
after 3 seasons. And we know we haven't talked about the other 2 teams much yet today, but the Vikings face the Panthers this week. And guess what? They got the Chiefs after that. So they're sitting at 0-3. They got to go to Carolina and play. This is a must win for the Minnesota Vikings. What do you think of that, G?
Woo! It definitely is, man. They gotta learn how to not lose type of situation. You know, my boy Fontaine mentioned it on And We Know Sports a couple weeks ago. Last year they had 11 games of 1 score or something like that, and they went 11-0 in those games, and it seemed like they're just the opposite this game, this year, so, and what's scary about that is it could be at any given moment that they can explode on somebody. They got the talent, they got the skills, but they got to prove it, and this Carolina team, they actually didn't look as bad with Andy Dalton back there. And I think this is real good that Bryce can be on the sideline, looking from the sideline in an actual game situation to be taking some notes.
I agree 100%. And if I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I'd rather see Bryce Young out there than Andy Dalton out there.
Yeah.
So that's a great call out. But I mean, this is, and you make another good point. That offense of the Minnesota Vikings is explosive, right? Ooh. They could put up points in a hurry. Kirk Cousins is no joke. He's the best quarterback in this division, I believe. They just don't have enough on defense to stop anyone. Fortunately, they run into a Carolina Panthers team that's offensively challenged. Yeah. So they have a chance to get a victory. They got to play the Chiefs the following week. 1-4 is a lot better than 0-5. As we see the graphic here, the Maestro has put up. The Bears and the Vikings both playing winless teams. You got 4 teams there with 0 wins. Somebody's going to come out of it with a win there. The odds of them both tying is
teed up for you.
Astronomical.
It's teed up for you. It is. Right there it is. Yeah, I mean, you got to beat those. You got to beat the Broncos right there. They just got 70 put up on them. And I know you've been struggling, Justin. But you want to get right? You need to get right against a team that allows 70 points. It's like, if you can't score on this team, Justin, oh, gosh, you couldn't score on your prom date either.
Hey, they got a bunch of 4-3-4-2
You're gonna buy the
cats in that
kneecap
Miami
off?
team. You know, Chicago ain't got that.
Couldn't score on a prom date. You couldn't score in a women's prison with a fistful of hundreds. I'll
You've
tell
had
you what,
enough of that
I
shit.
think you guys have convinced me, though. I think I'm going to lock in this bet. I'm going to take Detroit Lions and lay down the 2 points. I just think we're gonna dominate this Packers team tonight. I don't care where they're playing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to feel like that. I can feel like that because, I mean, there's a chance I could wake up tomorrow and not feel like that anymore. There is a chance. I'm not acknowledging the fact that Green Bay's a good team and they could win. Right? I'm not dumb. I know I could wake up tomorrow and have to come in here and eat a fistful of crow. But I don't feel like that. This may be the last day I get to feel like this, but I think that we're going to dominate this game.
You know what? This Dan Campbell's team, they enjoy the nightlife. How many night games has Love played? You know, I mean, are the lights going to be too bright for some of these young cats? You never know. But we have proven our young cats actually enjoy the nightlife. You know, that could be a factor as well.
And here's another thing, guys. Like, we're in the midst of 3 significant breakout players on the Detroit Lions. And I guess I felt like Gibbs was really starting to get a good feel at the end of that game. And I mean, he really closed the game out for him. I mean, I know Goff got the nice little sexy little RPO going in there and getting the touchdown, but Gibbs had like 40 yards rushing on that last drive to close the game and stick the dagger in there. So Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch are bona fide superstars budding right before our very eyes. And you talk all the shit that you want. I say bring your best teams in here, you know, and I think that we can hang with any of them with the way that this team's set up. Just
What
like
a
that.
draft. What a draft when you throw in that we also got Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round, moved up, got Broderick Martin. This cat's what, 6'5", 360 or something.
Biggest cat in our squad.
I mean, this cat's huge. So
and I think that
what a draft.
And I think that Jack Campbell in 3 weeks, we're going to be talking about him in the same light as he gets and takes over more snaps. He's been getting 5 to 10 more snaps per game. More added to his, so they are spoon feeding him a little bit more, just a little bit more. And there you go, G.
Ben Johnson spoon fed America to a little bit of Antoine Green. Hey, don't sleep on Antoine coming out of the blue and making the big catch here and there.
But they are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Yes.
Is the Packers star cornerback playing? I mean, these are game time decisions. There are a few guys that are game time decisions. I believe Aaron Jones is one of those players. Jair Alexander is one of those players. I mean, technically Decker and Monty are those players, even though they've already been designated that they will play tonight. Kneecaps, Jair is a load management, so not 100%. So yes, Jair Alexander will play tonight, according to Jeremy B, and he'll just be on a load management. He won't be there the entire time. So I don't know who you have. I think Valentine is injured too. I don't know if he's going to be playing either. So you guys are really beat up at the corner spot.
I got to jump off, Russ. Can I plug the show?
Absolutely.
Don't forget, And We Know Sports tonight at 7 with GT, Roku, and High D. Right there it is. And We Know Sports with GT, Grove, Teague, Sir Slap Nasty. Whoa, what a great graphic that is.
LeBoom.
And don't forget, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it's the NFC North Open Mic Night. It is Trash Talk, and I am the ringmaster of the circus on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to the show. Leave your thin skin at the door.
All right. That is Main Event Mike right there. Yes, that's right. He is our fearless host on Monday evenings right there. And I am Russell Wayne, and this is NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. That is me. And I enjoy doing this every morning. I started doing this thing in the middle of the summer just to kind of get practice, just so I could come on here and be able to produce and do it. And it kind of turned into this little cool thing. And I really do enjoy talking sports with you guys each and every day, weekdays for sure. So we are streaming live. Into Mike the Bear fans. If you're a Bear fan, I know that you guys are in witness protection right now. I'm feeling you out there. But I do appreciate the ones that tune into the show. This is an NFC North show. All the Packer heads, all you guys, the Packer news, roster moves, injury report, breaking news. Follow Bill the Packer fan. We're streaming live into Detroit Lion News. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to broadcast into your 60,000 person network and our page, the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. Just give us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube right now, give the video a like. And this is NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. And it's been nice having Sir Slap Nasty on here today for our Thursday talk about Detroit Lions football. Big game tonight.
Yep.
Big game. Detroit Lions going to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers for division dominance. So I'm going to leave you with this right here from Russell Wayne, Grove DT, Teague III, Sir Slap Nasty. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again tomorrow morning. Peace out. One pride. Yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching the broadcast. And at this point in time, you know what I like to do. What I like to do is I like to throw the YouTube stream right into the comments. It's going to slide into your comments. And let's just say that you were watching it on Bill the Packer Fans page. Head over here to this YouTube link. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching the broadcast today. Thank you to GT from And We Know Sports. We love talking football. So now that I've shared that in there, G.
Right.
Yeah, we're just, this is what I call like the after hours talk, right? Just throw some groove in there. Talk about whatever. You're still out there.
It feels smooth too, man. It feels cool.
It's just a wind down, baby. That's what we doing.
I feel it. Hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and spark up. All right.
This is what we call the live, the live wind down segment right here. We're going to bring it back a little bit. It's good football action this week.
Yeah.
Lots of questions, you know. I made this graphic. I took some heat for it. I think some of you owe Aaron Glenn an apology if you're a Lion fan. A lot of people were hard on him, like saying they need to be fired after having a bad game.
That brother's out there trying, dude. He's making adjustments.
Let's see what it's going to do that tonight. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be fine.
Like everything in my head, in my football head, says that the Lions win this game. But the heart part, just Lucy over and over again, pulling that ball. I mean, Charlotte Brown's been going on. 1957 is a long time to have Lucy just having control over our lives. Why do we let women do this to us, G?
Well, we're not all Charlie Browns. You know, they only do that to the Charlie Brown. You know, the Lions aren't Charlie Brown. You're not Charlie Brown. I'm not Charlie Brown. You know.
You evolve out of Charlie Brown, don't you?
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You can be better than Charlie Brown out there.
Everybody's got their own shot.
Everybody has their own Lucy.
Yeah.
I hope that you get past your Lucy while we spark up our Lucy's.
And brothers out there, I hope you can shed that yellow and black t-shirt with the little crazy little black lines on it. Take it off. Kick that ball.
Lambeau Field tonight, guys. Biggest game in recent history. I can't remember a bigger game.
I think Wisconsin's going from cheddar to blue cheese tonight, my brother. You like that? I love me some blue cheese.
Cheese is delicious on just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I like to do this at the end, G. I like it's because I'm such a big comic book person. Who came up with this part? But this part at the end is just for all you Packer fans. This might be the last time that I actually get to end a show like this because I won't be able to do it if you win for a little while. But here it goes. God bless you guys. Glad you guys had some fun with us tonight.
It's not fair. They were so happy. It's not gonna be okay.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. You have a great day.